Hi, Natalie.
Hi.
So it is 2 o'clock and we will get started. I just started the live stream. So welcome to the folks that are joining us, and I'm going to turn it over to you, Natalie. Thank you.
Great. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. It's when you said 2 o'clock, it threw me for a loop because it's 1 o'clock here in Austin, Texas. So I was like, wait a minute, I'm a little behind. But thank you all for being here with me. I really appreciate you spending time with me for this last session. I will begin with introducing myself. Hello all, my name is Natalie Almanza. I am the manager for career programs with college and high school relations at Austin Community College in Austin, Texas. We're having very beautiful weather today. We are actually in our fall realm, and so we are not in the hundreds finally. We are actually in the low or actually higher 80s, so I'm super excited. So thank you for allowing me to be here and share with you what we are doing with our college and career readiness. Over the past day, I have really enjoyed what I have learned and heard from everybody, and I hope to collaborate with you where and when possible. I'm always looking for ways to keep improving my programs. So to begin, I would like to first begin with a bit of data from our E3 Alliance. They are Education Equals Economics. E3 Alliance is a regional data-driven education collaborative based in Austin, Texas. They are driven to build the strongest educational pipeline in the country to drive regional economic prosperity. They are pioneer in collective impact and team up with a broad range of community representatives to work together on achieving lasting systematic change. Since 2006, E3 has engaged 15 school districts, 8 institutions of higher education, numerous business and nonprofits, and policy leaders across Central Texas to address complex community issues in education. We at ACC consistently work with E3 and utilize their data they provide. As you can see from the slide, students who take dual credit classes are 2 to 3 times more likely to complete an associate's degree. We also know just from research, students who take dual credit AP or on-ramps are more likely to succeed in college. We know having students attempt dual credit in high school is beneficial. We want to reach out to students who don't feel they are college ready yet to take dual credit classes as well. So with this data in hand, we were able to push forward and create our career programs department. So many people ask, what is career programs? So a little background on who we are. In the fall of 2019, ACC received funding from the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board, THECB. It was a Perkins grant that was called Career Connections and Completions Program. It was provided to help us improve the career guidance, academic support, and counseling for students to make better informed career and technical decisions. ACC's high school programs took on the initiative to expand outside of traditional dual credit courses and work towards building stronger workforce dual credit programs. High school programs had a few career courses at various schools, but with this grant, we utilize this opportunity to emphasize and structure the career academies to help students get a better feel of the workforce industry. The career courses were first catered to by our traditional dual credit coordinators, but with funding provided by the grant, we were able to build a dedicated staff to focus only on creating and maintaining these programs. And I'll talk about more about the services we provide in a little bit. But, and as of the fall 2021, we also encompass PTECs, which are pathways to technology or pathways to technology in early college high schools. As these programs really fit into the desire to ensure our students are career and job readiness, skills that they need to be successful after they graduate high school and enter into the workforce. But for this presentation today, I will only be focusing on our career academies. So we are giving students another dual credit opportunity, but with workforce. It's still college, but with a different look. Again, with the line, I'm not college ready, I say yet. They see college as traditional dual credit of English, history, government, but we see it as hands-on learning of welding, automotive, manufacturing, workforce classes that help them attain a skill, but also teach them college. Thanks again to the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board we have received another grant with a focus on post-secondary pathways. This grant is helping to expand our career academies to include mentoring and internships. We are currently in our first year with the second grant and have decided to focus on building more internship and mentoring opportunities for advanced manufacturing and automotive academies. To roll it back a little bit, I want to take a look at a few more statistics. This graphic shows what we're here for and why our programs are being created to really help these pipelines that will enhance student trajectory to a better future. So when I see this and all this information, the first thing I see is only 14% of low-income students will complete a post-secondary credential within 6 years of leaving high school. 14%. Our programs are designed to attract lower income students by taking out these barriers. And I will talk about how we do this and how we partner with community programs to assist students with gaining information and recruitment. The other one that gets me whenever I see this information is young adults without a post-secondary credential within 6 years of leaving high school will have just a 12% chance of earning a living wage. So they will graduate at 18. If they haven't done any education by the time they are 24, they will not be able to earn a living wage to help support their families or themselves. We want to help these students obtain a credential before they leave high school so they can earn the living wage they desire at 18 and more after. We show our students these statistics so that when they go into these academies or these PTECs, that they are aware of the job market information. They know that they have the ability to make money, and so that they can make these smart, informed decisions that can help themselves and also help their families. So let's take a little bit of a deeper dive into what a career academy is. So you saw on my previous slide, our academies are high school dual credit programs that offer students the opportunity to complete a level 1 or marketable skill award certification in a high demand workforce area. This allows our students to enter into the workforce directly after high school, or if they wish to continue their education, they can. We purposely set up our programs so that they are stackable. So students are able to continue their education after high school with ACC to obtain an associate's degree. So students, for example, from my example here, you see from my Advanced Manufacturing Academy, our students enter the academy and they take 6 classes for 23 college hours. While taking these courses, they also have the opportunity to complete their CPT certification, which is a Certified Production Tech exam. These are tests that the students can take at the end of each semester. Once the CPT exam is passed, the students have the opportunity to earn that CE credit and turn it into college credit once they complete their certification. This will leave the student with 31 hours to complete their associate degree. The CPT exam is a national certification that can be taken anywhere with them in the US. So we tell our students, you can take this with you after you graduate high school and you decide you want to go work in California, and that certification goes with you, as well as these college hours that can potentially be applied at a different school. And that's something where we talk about like transferability with them so that they're aware that not all the college hours are going to go with them, but at least that certification will. When meeting with our students, we explain they can work and complete their education, or work, then come back and complete their education, or complete their education and then go to work. Whatever best fits their lifestyle and their family needs. We tell our students that a level 1 certification is not the end all be all, but a gateway for bigger and better. We want them to see this as a starting point and not the ending point. So this is an overview of the degree plan and how we lay out the classes to build onto each other each semester. We focus our academies in the junior and senior year so that we have a bit more flexibility with our schedules because our classes do require a lot of lab time and instructional minutes. Students will need to be double blocked, which means we utilize their electives and if needed before and after school time. So we do our best to limit the courses to at least one or two classes per semester to not overwhelm the student. Although some of our programs do require they take 2 classes each semester. We also try not to schedule summer classes, but we feel it would be beneficial, such as like if there is a class that would be beneficial for them, such as an internship, or if it's a highly like hands-on demand class, then we will do one in the summer for them. We also work to place these classes in the junior and senior year, as we want our students who are a bit more mature and who have a bit more of a foundation of what they want to do. This is especially true for our academies that have age requirements, such as our Health Science Academy. Students in our phlebotomy and EMT program must be 18 before they complete their clinicals. So they have to complete their drug tests, they have to do background checks before they are allowed to service their clients. So it's something that we talk to them about. We meet with them in an orientation session, and we invite their families to come as well, because we need them to be prepared for this as much as possible. We do explain our program requirements, and then we tell them that there's a lot of responsibility and accountability for them, more than there is required in their high school classes, so that they can be ready for it. Are there any questions at this point right now? We're doing okay?
I'm not seeing any questions in the chat just yet.
Okay. Great. Then I will keep moving forward. Whenever we are able to, we also work with our districts to include articulated courses. Articulated classes are great, in which they give us the opportunity to give our students a taste of the college class without any consequence, if you will, because it's considered a high school class. The class is taught by the high school teacher via a curriculum provided by the college professor. The student completes an exam, but in most cases, it's a project given. And so they complete it by the end of the year. And if the student passes, they can actually get credit. And if it's a credit they want to take, then it can be applied toward their certificate or their associate degree. If the student doesn't pass, then they can actually decline the credit. And again, there is no consequence toward them. This also helps when we have bigger academies that may use more than the 12 waivers that we provide to our students. So students can take a class or two via articulation, and the classes will sit in escrow, if you will, until the student completes a dual credit course. Then once they complete the credit, and it is released, and they can apply towards their credential. And also in this slide, you'll also see where we can also utilize their endorsement area as an area of interest where we focus our recruitment efforts. So again, this is where we utilize articulated in that endorsement area. So with traditional dual credit, we kind of just cast the net out there, and we, get anybody and everybody who's interested in dual credit, because it's so, anybody and everybody. And we do the same thing with, of course, our career academies too. But when students select their endorsement, they also select that field that they're interested in. And so we know that that's kind of something that they have an interest in. So we're able to hone in on them a little bit more in that specific area. So I like that articulated area as well. I also love being able to offer articulated classes, because once these students are comfortable within their classes, if they choose to take additional classes, like if they are interested in maybe doing later on in English and in history to get ahead in their associate's degree, they fall in love with it and they realize, you know what, I do want to pursue more. We work with the school to help them get their TSI completion and enroll them in those classes later on. And since they used articulated and not their waivers, they can take these additional classes without an additional cost. So my other little favorite part of articulated. So here's our current list of our academies. Before receiving the grant, we had a small career program available in health sciences. We did health sciences, we did information technology, and we had building construction. Once the grant was in place, we were able to expand out and focus on other high demand areas such as advanced manufacturing, automotive, and we're moving towards education as well. I think everybody has seen that education has become a very much in demand area. We feel at this time we have a good foundation in high demand career areas, and now we're just working to expand on various high schools. We like to focus our recruitment to students in economically disadvantaged and underrepresented areas. With the exception of about 3 academies, we do our best to stay in the realm of being TSI waived. The TSI is the Texas Success Initiative Assessment. It's a college readiness exam that is required to take college level courses. We understand that this can be a huge deterrent to our students. So we want to make these programs a bit more attractive by waiving this requirement and helping students focus on the job readiness aspect to get them a job. As I stated earlier, we are also working to gain more internships. So again, to make it more attractive to our students so they can get a job quicker, they get that foundation under themselves, get this work experience under their belt. And we're working with our partners to help build that. We currently only offer clinicals with our Health Sciences Academy, as well as a summer workmanship, if you will, with our IT Academy. As we strengthen the want and the need for internships, we are working to increase our partnership with local employers and companies to gain these internship mentorship opportunities. For our Advanced Manufacturing Academy, we are currently working with ARMA, the Austin Regional Manufacturing Association, and they have done an amazing job in providing mentors from all aspects of the industry. They were one that came in and really were like, we're going to help you, but we're not just going to show what manufacturing is. We're going to show all aspects of manufacturing. And so we have mentors from the human resources side, from the fab techs, and from IT in manufacturing. And we love that they bring us that diversity. They bring to our students and they help us see that what they can do in that various fields in that area of the industry as well.
Natalie, there is
Yes.
a question. There are a
Sure.
couple questions actually.
Okay.
I can hold those, or I just didn't want you to get too far ahead. And
No, go ahead. That's fine.
okay. So one question is to articulate class, is there a certain final grade requirement or final exam grade requirement?
Yes, so there is a final grade requirement and the students do need to make an 80% or better on their exam.
Okay, and then the other question is, so have you changed slides by chance?
Oh, yes, I did. I'm sorry. I can go back if need be.
Well, we're only seeing, it says, is there a new slide with the programs listed? Because we are not seeing the slides.
I'm on where it says the current career academies.
Okay.
That was my previous slide.
Okay. Okay. All right. I think we're good.
Oh, yeah.
We're
Did it get delayed or something?
I think there was a delay.
Okay. Were there any other questions? Were there any other questions? Sorry. Hello?
No other questions right now.
Okay. Okay. So I just wanted to show the Automotive Academy. This one's one of my favorite articulated dual credit programs because I do love the way it's set up. It's one that allows us to articulate as young as freshmen. Most of our articulation is done in freshman and sophomore year. And so we really keep it only to freshman and sophomore. That way dual credit is done only in junior and senior year. So that's how we work it. So this is one of the ideal pathways and programs that we set up. And I love the setup. The automotive one is my favorite, just by chance. But when we look to create these programs, we really work with our ISD partners to know what they are wanting and what they feel is a need in their community and in their students. So for example, our Automotive Academy that we currently have with Bastrop, it was developed because it was a need in their community. There was industry that was being built and done, and they weren't able to hire from within their community. So in working with the high school who had the facilities on site, and the facilities were approved by our department, that they were able to have the students take the automotive courses at their high school in their own lab, taught by their own high school teacher who was certified to become an ACC adjunct. We worked together to create a sequence that would lead to a level 1 certification. And for the students who were already getting ready to graduate, We work to help them get at least the Marketable Skills Award. So the incoming student would be able to get the level 1, but the ones who are graduating faster, we're working to get them at least the Marketable Skills Award so that these students can rush out and get jobs with these industry partners that were already out there looking for people to hire very quickly, which would then allow these students to stay within their community and not have to leave to Austin or Elgin or any of the other surrounding areas to get jobs, so that they can stay home and be closer to home, and so that they would be able to be there. So that's one thing that we look for when we're building these academies with our partners. The other thing we look for is, of course, interest within their school districts. What do they have? What do they want? What do the students want? So I do have one high school who is currently doing the automotive, but they're actually doing it in 2. So they have the technology and the body work. So they're doing both of them, and they're doing it with articulation as well for both sides. So students can earn their certifications. The reason why they're doing it for both is because they have a population of students who know they want to work with cars, but they're still a little unsure of which pathway they want to go, whether it is technology or whether it is body work. So starting them with articulation in their freshman year and kind of fishing them through to see what is the pathway they want to go into, gives them the time they need to make the decision of where do they want to focus their dual credit hours. Is it in the technology realm, or is it going to be in the body work realm? So these are just opportunities and things that we talk with our partners to see what is the best interest for the students or the community.
So Natalie, I think we are still having an issue with the slides.
Oh, okay. Is it just taking a delay for it to go over to the next one?
No, we're seeing it says 16-week session, August 13th to December, or August, I can't read, August something to December. So I'm not sure.
That's not what I'm showing. Should I stop share and share again?
Yeah, why don't we try that?
Okay.
It's all good. We all have had tech issues, and like, so it is all good.
Let me try this again. Let me take it from here. Does that show it better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope that wasn't the case the whole time. So sorry if it was.
Will we have access to the slide deck? Did you share that?
I'm not sure. I will have to double check if I shared it. If not, I can easily share it. It's not a problem.
Okay, that's great. Okay. Just so for the folks that, since we have missed some of the slides, I'm sure that there may be some questions and some folks that would like to see some of the other things.
I apologize, everybody. From what I was showing, it was looking like it was sharing this the whole time. So I'm so sorry if it wasn't sharing it. But I will continue on. So, but over the past few days, what we keep hearing over and over again is, of course, how we support these students, because support for our students is the key to success and, of course, to equity for these students. As a career program student, we work to offer wraparound services by a dedicated team who will guide these students from start to finish and even after if needed. We remind our students they are not just high school students taking college level classes. They are ACC students who have access to all of ACC support services, whether it be the library, the computer lab, or accommodation needs if needed. They can utilize every support service ACC offers. We saw this when the pandemic hit, even more importantly. The opportunities and services of scholarships needed to help them get textbooks and any other needs that they may need, whether it was supplies for their classroom, food pantries as needed for their families, and device needs when they needed hotspots or computers for their classes. All these opportunities came available for our students because they are ACC students, they're college students. Counseling services when things were hard for them and their families. These are things that are needed for them because they are college students taking college level courses. And so we remind our students consistently, you are an ACC student, these services are here for you, and we will help you get the resources you need. And so we provide that for them first and foremost. Our coordinators work hard to create a career readiness calendar and maintain events with our district partners, which include information sessions, recruitment and enrollment days. We're hoping to create a career fair. We also conduct information orientations, or we like to call them our commitment ceremonies, at the start of each fall semester. It's for our new and returning students. It's to remind them of the requirements and the expectations of the program. Again, we go back to the whole accountability and responsibility and maturity, because these expectations can be very rigorous for our students. And we want our students to know that they are the best of the best, and we want the best of the best from them. We tell our students that, these programs are set for them to help them become stronger and better for their jobs. We're very proud that our phlebotomy students are usually offered a job even before they complete their clinicals. So we take that with a lot of pride. Our coordinators also work to build partnerships with our other ACC departments, such as our career services, to utilize our online platforms and to help send emails to our students to go to their workshops, their presentations, to help them with resume writing, to help them with interview practices, dressing for success, to give them all the skills they need to be that employee that the employer wants. Because I will tell my students all the time, you may have the skills needed for the job, but if you can't show up on time, or if you can't work with your coworkers, you're not going to have that job long. It's an important skill, and it's something that our students need to know and be aware of. It's part of the job the skills that you need to be successful. These professional skills, as we call them, of time management, teamwork, communication, and critical thinking are the icing on the cake for our employers. But I also believe that these help our students become college ready as well, because these are skills that will set them up to become strong students who will also be successful in their classes. As I stated before, we also work to gain students in underrepresented areas. And we work with our community partners, such as My Brother's Keeper, Exploring, and we ensure that we have bilingual translation at all of our events to ensure that our families feel like they're part of this program with their students, because we know and we understand that it's a huge decision, and we want our students to know that we care and we know that their families take part in this with them. So we want our students to feel connected, as this helps us attain our goal of keeping our students informed. And the way they know that they're being informed is if their families are being informed. So by helping inform the families, students can then discuss with their families what this career lifestyle will be for them, and if it's a good fit for them or not. Thanks to the grant that we have received from THECB, we have been able to allocate funds to hire tutors for our program. So, we know we have tutors, and we utilize our tutoring labs for the English, histories, and governments. But having dedicated funds for like our specialized programs as IT, health sciences, manufacturing, we're able to hire those kind of students to help our students become more successful in their classes. So like our health sciences and our IT tutors are available to our students virtually and as well as in person. And they are also available after hours to help work around our students' schedule. One thing not listed on here that we do like to talk about is that I mentioned about how we waive the TSI for our students to make our programs really attractive for them. But we do work with our high schools to help our students become TSI ready, because we want our students to graduate TSI ready, so that if they do decide to go into the ACC afterwards to continue their associate's degree, it's not a barrier that's going to keep them from continuing their education. So if they're not completed by the time they graduate high school, then we will work with them on ACC side to help them complete their remedial courses or whatever it may be, so that they can continue on with their education. Another responsibility of the coordinators is advising and ensuring our students are keeping on track to complete their certification and to complete it successfully. We initially had hoped to create our own program map, something that was specialized to our high school students. But due to COVID and the shutting down of everything, we instead chose to utilize what our academic departments were already had in place. Actually, I found this to be so much more beneficial, as it helped build a stronger relationship with our department. Our department all of our departments actually have been really supportive in helping us certify graduation requirements, if we needed substitutions, Our faculty have been really supportive and being great in helping our students, and especially because we utilize the same faculty from semester to semester. So it's been great, and we really have enjoyed it. I love it. I have great department chairs and we have great deans. So we look forward to having them involved in everything we do. I'm actually trying to find ways that I can utilize some of my faculty, because they are people who are either still, like my adjunct, are still people who are working in the industry, who we can maybe do like presentations in the workforce, so they can come talk, they can talk more to our students about, hey, this is what they're looking for and this is what they want in this industry, to my faculty who are not in it, but who were in it, who can come out and give the advice to the students about like, hey, this is what you need to have on your plate. This is what you need to be doing, so that they stay involved with our students. So in looking to the future and sustainability, we connected with the Boy Scouts of America Exploring Program. This is where we really got into working with the community and working with underrepresented areas. So this is how we really wanted to build our pipeline and ensure that we were getting our foundation set and to continue going. Exploring exists to teach important life and career skills to young people from all backgrounds through immersive career experiences and mentorship. It offers hands-on career discovery through interactive activities, special interests. They really help work to students grow and like doing like self-development activities. They also offer a lot of field trips and tours of big companies like at Samsung, Apple, and even the Toyota factory in San Antonio. They also do monthly career connections, which are conversations they do with people in the profession. So students can log on and hear people who are currently in that field and what they did to get there, how they got there, and what advice they give students who are interested in being in that career profession. So it gives students the opportunity to hear of what it takes to do that job. We've learned in our career academies that we have a lot of students who have a vision of what it's like to be in this job, or they have a picture of what it's going to be like for them. But once they get a taste of it, it's like, nope, that's not me, I'm out, sorry. An example is my EMT students. I have a lot of students who tell me that they want to do nursing. So EMT is the ideal step for them. And so they come in and they do my EMT program. And once they're in the ride-alongs, they think it's going to be like what they see on TV. And after they are out to 2 or 3 in the morning, they quickly realize, nope, that is not for them. That is not the ideal profession after all. It's not what they see on TV. They don't run around with a pretty ponytail and the high heel shoes. It's not what it's not. It's not what it's like. They see the for real of what it's like to be out in the field. And so it gives them the clear picture. Exploring has helped me in establishing my own middle school club, in which we will begin our first meeting next week. Our main goal is to reach out to middle school students and allowing them to explore various careers. This will then allow me to introduce my career programs, academies, and the PTECs before they enter high school. And this will help these students become better prepared about what these careers are like, what my programs are like, and actually help their parents, because parents are allowed to come to these events and activities and ask questions as well. So I'm very excited and thankful for this opportunity. And they work with all the other community partners that we haven't reached out to yet. So I actually have students coming in from Austin Housing Authority, where they sponsor these students. So they pay the $45 fee for these students to be in this program. And it's a 1-year program. They get to come in and we do a curriculum of where we talk about what the career is like, but we also talk about the essential skills of time management and goal management to help these students become prepared in these areas. So I'm actually excited. We also work with like Workforce Solution to give us important data and presentations for our students and their families. They help promote our programs. They invite us to any career fairs they have to keep us in the loop about what's hot, what's not hot. I love when they do presentations. I put something in there for manufacturing because they actually presented that to our students so that they're aware of what it's like in the field and what the projections look like in the future. Like, is this something that's going to keep growing? Are you going to be able to keep making money? And they give the real data to our students. So I appreciate that, and it helps. The closing end of my pipeline is our ACC Career Scholars Program. This scholarship program was created about 2 years ago, 2 years ago, in assisting graduating high schools to assist graduating high school students in obtaining a workforce degree. So if a student who graduated from a specific high school in the Central Texas area wanted to complete a workforce degree, they could come and they could apply for this Career Scholars Program, and they would be given $5,000, a mentor, and when available, an internship opportunity. This lined up directly with my goals in my career academies and helping students complete their certification with me. And then because most of our certifications are stackable, they completed directly on into their associate's degree. And with the $5,000, it pretty much completed they wouldn't pay anything, they would just complete their degree. And so it was a perfect transition. My hope and my goal is continuously to hand over my students and say, here you go, it's a perfect opportunity. This is where you get led into. And so that is the pipeline that we are working towards and continuing to move our students forward onto. And then just this last month, we are excited to announce we were notified we received another grant from the THECB that would allow us to hire a full-time middle school career pathways coordinator. This person would begin working directly with middle school students to continue to build the pipeline, to strengthen our information to students and families. We understand, and this is why we started the middle school club with Exploring, because we understand that middle school students is the area that we need to work with. We know our students need help. Like our middle school students are where they are unsure. They're being asked, like, hey, what do you want to do with the rest of your life? And most of them don't know. And that's perfectly okay that they don't know. But they need to be given the resources and tools to learn about what it is that they can do and what opportunities are available for them in the high school that they can do to learn more. So there are so many opportunities for them, whether it be career academies, career programs, dual credit, AP, on-ramps, whatever it may be. We want to help build this pipeline so that they have this information, they make stronger choices when they get to high school, so that they move forward to the 4-year, to the career scholars, to whatever it may be, that we can continue going forward. So more on this to come. And with that, that is my closing of my presentation. Are there any questions? I put links in here for my career scholars and my Exploring. So if there's any other questions, if you wanted more information on them, I do have the links on here. But are there questions?
Natalie, there is one question. So how is the scholarship program funded?
It is funded through the Dell Foundation. Actually, it was a grant funded through Dell. And so it is what was given to ACC. And I don't have all the logistics, I'm sorry, but I can, it's part of our ACC, I have the link in here, so the information is there as well.
Okay, thank you. Are there any other questions? Or is there a section of the presentation that maybe when the slides...
Yes, I can go back to the slides and show. I'm so sorry.
She could go back and show you. Don't be shy. Feel free to put your questions in the chat. I'm not seeing any questions come through, but you do have your contact information on there also on the last slide.
And I will be sharing the slides. I'm sorry, I haven't done that yet, but I will share the slides so you will have all the information. And then again, these links to our career scholars and our Exploring program as well. So you can, by all means, please look into them. They're great programs.
Great, thank you so much. A lot of good information shared with us.
Thank y'all. Thank you so much for allowing us to be here. Thank you so much for all the information y'all have given us for these last 2 days. It's been inspiring, and I do hope to collaborate with a couple of people soon. So
wonderful, thank you. So I'm gonna, if there are no other questions, I'll get just another second. I will stop the live stream.